Well, in half an hour's time, our afternoon movie presentation is a rootin' tootin' shootin' western, The Legend of the Lone Ranger, on your screens at 3:10. Don't forget that this evening you can see the grand final of the series, in which artists are transformed into their favourite singing stars. Indeed, they've got stars in their eyes, and Leslie Crowther is your host at 7 o'clock. Following that, Ashley and Elaine go environmentally friendly in The Two of Us at 7:40. But now on to television, the Euro Skateboard Championships.
Welcome to the Point Depot in the heart of Dublin's Docklands for the Squeeze Euro Skateboarding Championships 91. Over 100 skateboarders from all over Europe and Ireland have gathered here to dazzle us with their brilliance. We're going to see professionals and amateurs battle it out on the street course and on the amazing vertical ramp.
Daring skills here from Bernd Janel. He's a German lad, and this is only his warm-up. The action is sure to be dramatic for what's going to be a sizable crowd. Michael's out there with them. Let's meet some of them now.
Connor, what are you looking forward to see today?
The guys, the American guys.
The American guys?
Absolutely. Me too.
What's your
Definitely
name?
The American guys. Alma McCabe. Hello, Tracy. Yo!
Hi, have you come a long way?
I have come from Mornington in County Meath.
Oh, that's a long way to travel.
It is, yes.
And what are you hoping to see inside?
Oh, spectacular skateboarding.
Are you a skateboarder yourself?
I'm the mother of three skateboarders.
Where are they? They're over here.
There's one here and two others at the bottom.
Are you all excited?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move further up. Enjoy your day. Move up. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have you been dragged along here today?
Yes, I have.
Where did you travel from?
We just live on the south side of the city here.
Yeah?
But I've come down from Belfast this morning to be here.
Have you ever seen a skateboarding event of this size?
Not of this size, but I've seen others in the States. Very interesting. Yeah, very interesting.
Did you skate ever yourself?
Not for more than about 10 seconds or so.
Not that good.
No.
There's seating for over 3,000 spectators around the arena, and the first of the two competitions is about to get underway on the street course. This is Peter Rowan. He's 17 years of age, comes from Ashbourne in County Meath, and he's sponsored by Dept. He's been skating for 5 years. 5 years before that, he made his first appearance in the limelight on the cover of the U2 album, Boy. This is Peter's first time on a European standard street course. Maybe he lacks a bit of experience in putting together a routine. First time in a major competition for Peter Rowan from Ashbourne. Not good enough in the eyes of the judges to put him in the top 10, but a suggestion there that there could be potential for the future. 18 years of age, Simon McMahon from Glasnevin in Dublin. He's been skateboarding for 4 years, declares as his ambition that he'd like to run his own skate park. Foss have already got in behind Simon. They've sent him to the UK to look at facilities over there. Something rather special about to come up now. That's a frontside grind across the channel, and it's sure to earn valuable points for Simon McMahon from Glasnevin. And that performance will be good enough to put Simon through to the last 16 of this competition.
We've got a lot of good street skaters here. Yeah. Street skating's just come through in about the last I mean, it's always been around, but in a big way it's come through in about the last 2 years and become the thing to do. And a lot of the real younger kids are really into it. You'll find that most vert skaters, professional ones, average age of around 23, 24. And I'd say most of the street lot are 18. You know.
Now, there's no facilities here in Ireland. Is that a big disadvantage? You must have seen facilities all over Europe. Perhaps you can describe some of them for us.
Oh yeah, I mean in London alone we've got about 8 official places you can skate, plus plenty of unofficial. In Germany they've got loads, even Czechoslovakia, Prague has its own skate park. And there's lots getting built in Spain at the moment.
Now there's professional teams here. How does a team survive? How can people be professional skateboarders?
Well, I mean, there's the top professionals get $1 million a year. You know, like people like Tony Hawk. Yeah, he's earning a packet. And if you, I mean, it'll start off. There's several levels of professionalism. You can start by just getting given a few stuff by the local shop. Then you sort of go to perhaps one company will give you their stuff every month. Then you might get on the team, and once you've been around for a while, you'll get your own board. And when you get your own deck, every sales from that, you get a percentage. So like, say you've got a good selling deck, you'll get a royalty check for that each month. Plus indoor clothing endorsements. I mean, you can get shoes, trousers, people will pay you so much each month to wear you that. Plus pay all your competition costs and things like that, and fly to places. And it's been an international bright young thing doing that, yeah.
You've seen some of the Irish skaters. What do you think of the standard?
Pretty high actually, street skaters, definitely.
How long have you been skating now?
About a year now.
Why did you take it up?
I just liked it, like I like a dangerous life, you know.
Dangerous life?
Yeah.
What's dangerous about it?
Oh, nearly everything's dangerous about it.
I've caught up with Clive Rowan, who designed the street course. Clive, perhaps you could tell us a little bit about it.
How are you, Michael? Yeah, we have a street course outside here. It's a lot of bank ramps, quarter pipes, slide rail bars, that type of thing. It's basically like the street brought indoors. We're trying to simulate what a street scene might look like. Popular items seem to be the flat bank ramp and the traffic island, things like ollie to manual rolls and airs over the hip.
Ollie to what? Airs to... I mean, describe some of those to me. What actually do they look like?
Well, an ollie to manual roll is basically your regular ollie, and you land on the back wheels like a wheelie and keep it going as long as you can. That's a manual roll. An air over the hip, basically just use the curved ramp to get as much height as you can. Go for it.
Talk to me about the competition. Is this the largest competition?
It's the biggest thing we've ever seen here, yeah. It's quite a large competition, even by European standards. I think the only one that would be bigger than this would be probably the World Cup in Munster.
That's Munster in Germany, not Munster round Cork. And this is Rashid Languidaz of Morocco. We're in the second qualifying round. He's been suffering from cramp throughout this competition. Finished top of his group in the first round. This fella should be well worth watching. 17 years of age, from Sutton in Surrey. He had a major success in Copenhagen when he placed third in street at the Scandinavia Open last year. And that's surely his place in the final secure, well within the top 8.
Okay, I've managed to find one of the judges. Now, I haven't got a clue how it's marked. Wingy, perhaps you could tell us, how do you go about judging a competition like this?
Well, first we look for style and consistency in the skater, and actually the use of all the obstacles on the street course, as well as progression, different styles of tricks.
So we've seen each skater on the street course have a 45-second run. Is that the normal?
Yeah, that's the normal AES standard run. You get 2 runs, best run to count, and it's judged out of 100 points.
So what's the best technique, to go for as many tricks as possible, or to do one big spectacular one?
Mainly to get as many tricks as you can and stay with your board and try not to go too overboard and stay consistent to make more points for the competition.
That's the theory. Here's how it's done in practice. This is one of the elite, Dirk Winkelman, a top amateur street skater from Rotterdam in the Netherlands. "17 years of age, Dirk's been skateboarding for 5 years, but he only graduated to the European Santa Cruz team a couple of months ago, after he finished third in the street section in his first big international contest. run for Dirk Winkelmann. Take a look at this. Much more difficult than it sounds. A feeble grind down the handrail. Perfectly executed, and one of the reasons why the judges have rewarded him with that handsome score. Now a young man from northwest Germany, Dino Bontempi, 16 years of age, still at school, German champion 2 years ago. And the scoreboard confirming his place among the elite. That was a frontside ollie grab to start with from Mike Manzuri, a young man who lives in London, though his passport says he's Danish. He's 17 years of age, Mike. He's been skating for the Powell team for about a year and a half. And a backside ollie mute grab to finish it off, and there's the score, the best we've seen so far. But could it be bettered by this fella, Paul Rocker Robson, 19 years of age. His biography describes him as an incredible all-round skater who has too many contest wins to mention. And it's in all events that he's proficient. And the score confirms his proficiency. Top of the pile for Rocker, Paul Robson from England. He and these three go straight through to the final. And the international nature of this contest is confirmed. Just look at that, 4 countries represented. They'll be joined in the decider by these 4 who had to go through a second qualification round. From the street to something completely different. Vert skating, here we go.
Andy Williams, you must be one of the youngest vert ramp skaters around. How old are you?
15.
And are you sponsored or pro?
I'm sponsored by Dept.
So tell me, what goes through your mind when you're skating the vert ramp?
Just nerves, don't really know anything really.
Do you have a plan of action when you go onto it? Do you know what tricks you're going to do?
Yeah, well I've got like an outline, but if you do something wrong and it goes off something, you have to think of another one.
So it's all instinct?
Yeah.
Does it take a lot of energy? Does it take a lot of strength?
Yeah, if you're on for a long time, yeah.
How do you feel after a run?
If it's a good one, really happy, but sometimes really tired.
Leslie Lipton, tell us about this ramp you've brought over for the competition.
Surely. It was designed especially for European Skateboard Championships. It's been designed in such a way that it's totally dismantleable. It came over here yesterday night on a 20-foot lorry, 6.5 tons of weight on a 20-foot lorry. It took 4 of our men 10 hours to erect. It's 32 feet wide, it's 10.5 feet high, and it's approximately 41 feet in length. This, to my knowledge, is the first time a collapsible ramp has ever been made to European standards.
The people who skate your ramps must have a lot to say about them. Do they have any input in the design?
We always call in skateboarders on every single new size ramp we design, simply because they're the ones that skate it. We then put that down technically to make sure it is safe and to put it together to the standards that need to satisfy the skaters. That's really what it's all about.
Skateboarding is particularly strong in northwest Germany. They have the facilities to bring out the best in the skaters. And here's another of them, Gert Rieger. He's been at this game for 10 years now, and it shows. This particular skill known as an invert, and he's particularly good at it. It all looks so easy, doesn't it? That's why he's so good. A score that's sure to put him straight through to the ramp final. And here's Anders Pulpanek. That's his Madonna. They call him the German powerhouse. 22 years of age, been skating for 8 years, and is arguably Germany's best vertical skater. Classically executed invert fakie. Oh, the crowd really loving this. And not even a tumble at the finish can deny him his high score, equal with Gert Rieger and sure to put him straight through to the final.
Okay, I've caught up with Stephanie, who's the only female competitor in the whole event. Stephanie, how are you?
I'm just fine.
You're just fine.
Yeah.
Why did you take up skateboarding?
Because it was something really exciting for me, something different, and I had played team sports all through high school, and they were boring basically, and skateboarding is really exciting.
Why do you think you're the only woman skating in any of these European competitions?
Because basically the skateboarding scene doesn't push female skaters. It's a pity, but it's the truth.
What about street skating? You don't do any street skating?
Yeah, I do. But when I enter contests, I prefer to skate on ramp because you have to put a lot of energy to do both, and you can see the guys go for it.
Give me an idea of how much practice has to go into getting a good routine on the vert pipe.
Right now I'm staying in Germany, and they have an inside ramp there, and so I skate every day. But if I travel somewhere else, maybe I won't skate for another week or 2 weeks. It goes like that sometimes. So one day of training, you skate for about 2 hours. That's max for
So will we ever see you going as high in aerials as Ryan or Yoki?
Skateboarding is an only mental sport. It has nothing to do with physicality at all. It has nothing to do with your body. When females get as much mental aggression as the boys, then yeah, it's completely possible. Of course, girls can go 10 feet the same as boys, but when you're taught your whole life to be a flower, it's kind of hard. Yeah.
I'm sure you'll get there in the end. Thanks, Dept.
Okay, thank you.
Joke Olsen, originally from Korea, now lives in Sweden. Stylish ramp skater, and a speciality, the very high airs. Joke has just turned professional. And the full-time practice really shows. Another Madonna. And a backside air to finish. Much to the delight of the 3000.
Where did you come from today?
Waterford.
Waterford?
Yeah.
That's a long journey up. Are you fans?
Yeah, with Curtis McCann.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's you skating so far?
Brilliant, man. Excellent.
Did you skate yourself?
Yeah.
Are you any good?
I think I'd win this if I enter, but I couldn't be bothered.
You'd win this if you entered.
He's not going to let us have the chance to find out, is he? But Curtis McCann putting his reputation on the line. We've seen him already here. Now he's performing in the final of the street. There's obviously a considerable amount of pressure for those involved. That's a particularly difficult maneuver, a backside lip slide. And this is Curtis McCann concluding with a score that's not going to win it. Here's Simon Evans. He's from Morden in South London. He's a frequent visitor to Ireland. He does demonstrations here. Balance so important on a skateboard. Oh, that was very good. 360 push it, and he executed it well. And that puts him into the lead at this stage of the competition, ahead of Curtis McCann. Jan Wager, another German from Hamburg. Well done. A stale fish disaster, that. But not as bad as it sounds. His name, were it English, would mean balance. He obviously has it. Yeah, it's going to go over the handrail. Lip slide handrail, and kept his balance. And a great run from Jan Wager, and 3.82 puts him in front. A master of all the obstacles on the street course. Now the Dutchman, Dirk Winkelman. Backside alley grab to start with. Enthusiastic support for him. Frontside alley perfectly executed. Nose bump tail grab. And his balance is perfection. 360 alley just behind the obstacle. And now the handrail. Absolutely spot on. The crowd have really warmed to Dirk Winkelman. This is a great run. And the ollie tail grab to finish it. Absolutely delighted with himself, and he's every right to be. Dirk Winkelman, and that score is going to take some beating. But could this be the man to do it? Paul Rocker Robson. No one's more spectacular than he. Ryan DeFakey, he knows he's got to produce the performance of the event to win this. Rocker's a professional, just 19 years of age. He's lining himself up for the big one here. A ramp-to-ramp rail slide. And he just couldn't do it. That's going to cost him vital points. But he will have another go. Go on, Rocker. Yes, he's done it. Crowd delighted, so is he. But he could just have lost out, having failed first time. But this is the way he meant to do it. Down goes the hand just to keep the balance. Brilliantly executed. But those points that blew away in the breeze have cost him the top spot. And it's Dirk Winkelman from Holland who wins it. And how Rocker must rue that first failure on the ramp-to-ramp rail slide. Just outside the frame, Evans 4th, Mansouri 5th, Bontempi 6th, and Curtis McCann 7th. Now for some high drama with the high flyers at the final of the ramp. Ryan Monaghan of the USA. Gives it lots of air. And that is his trademark. He really does go for the big airs, Ryan. 21 years of age. He actually works in the Dept box factory where they make the skateboards. Very consistent. And now it's Bernd Janov from Germany. He comes from Lake Constance in the south of the country. Frontside air from him. Very much the crowd pleaser, Bernd. Frontside figure flip. That's his 360 rock, one out of the old manual. Another consistent performance on the ramp, but not one that's going to dislodge Ryan Monaghan.
Okay, I've caught up with Frank Messman. Frank, you're team manager with Pal Peralta. How does somebody become a professional skateboarder?
Well, first of all, he has to skate a lot.
Yeah.
And he also has to show it to people that he's skating a lot and that he's skating good. Usually, he will become professional by starting to enter amateur contests, not being sponsored by any company, just showing up to the contest and doing good. And if he does good, then people will notice him. I will notice him, for example, and I will see, well, there's a potential in this guy to become something.
Okay, as team manager, what's your job? I mean, do you have to take care of the guys, babysit them?
Well, I'm European team manager, and I have to take care of them at competitions. I have to make sure that they always have all the equipment they need. I have to make sure that they do demonstrations for us all around Europe. We organize a European tour every year. And we also have sort of a team session in Amsterdam where our European headquarters is a couple of times a year, where all the riders from throughout Europe, they will come and be together for a week or so.
Okay, Frank, maybe I can show you some of my tricks. We can talk about money and maybe do a deal. What do you think?
Well,
okay, we'll see.
He's been skateboarding for 15 years, Frank Messman. No doubt he will have advice for Michael. Here's Rocker again. He's spectacular, isn't he? Winding up for the big one. And that's it, nose grind tail grab. May not look the most spectacular, but it's not easy. Nor is that. And a brilliant 360 varial. Tail slide. He really is performing well. Varial to nose. A stunning performance from Paul Rocker Robson. But the undoubted highlight, that 360 varial. What about this? Out of this world. Now here's Nicky Guerrero, 23 years of age, a professional for more than 5 years. Very nice. Or maybe that wasn't. That's the end of Nicky Guerrero. Let's see just where he went wrong. He hung up in there, gave himself no chance, and that was that. So just one more to go with Rocker to dislodge. Noordien Katby from the Netherlands has the reputation as doing the highest airs in Europe. He's already won the highest airs competition here, and just look at him fly. But will this be enough to dislodge Rocker? "19 years of age, Noordien. Still plenty of air. And there's the Cavallerial. And that's his run finished. And he's happy. And Monaghan's happy. But who's happiest of all? The answer to that is Rocker. Paul Robson, the professional from England, gets the verdict ahead of Katby, with Ryan Monaghan of the United States in third place. Victory for the Englishman.
That's it from the Squeeze Euro Skateboard Championship. It's been a great event. As expected, the Europeans dominated, but the Irish, maybe next time, will be up there in the honours. From the Point Theatre, bye for now.